What's up, guys? So, as promised, here's the second video for you guys. So today I'm going to be going through this. All right. Institutional accumulation. All right. So that stems from intermarket analysis. Okay. Stems from intermarket analysis. Now, what's the importance, right? What's the importance behind intermarket analysis and institutional accumulation, right? As we all know from Wyckoff and whatnot, accumulation leads to large moves, leads to large displacements in price, right? We have consolidations and then boom, we have large displacements in price, right? So there's a really easy way in comparison to Wyckoff, right? As we all know, Wyckoff has spring test, UT, and all that BS. I won't say BS, all that business, right? And we have SMT, right? So we have SMT by ICT. So we have SMT by ICT. Now this video is going to be super short, right? It's going to be very, very short. So now what you're going to do is you're going to use the idea from the previous video on institutional market structure, and you're going to couple it with SMT, right? So now if we use an example with, for example, gold and AUD USD, right? So we know that they are directly correlated, so they are positively correlated. So what we want to see, and I believe this is obvious to almost everyone who has a good understanding of smart money concepts with regard to intermarket analysis, what we want to see is, for instance, a bullish SMT, right? So for a bullish SMT, what we want to see is maybe a higher high done by gold and a lower high done by AUD USD. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. Bearish SMT. So for bearish SMT, you want to see a higher high done by gold and a lower high done by AUD USD. Alternatively, we could see a lower high on gold and a higher high on AUD USD. Either way, the resulting third move, right? The resulting third move is going to be explosive, right? The resulting third move is the move that's going to give you that large displacement in price, right? So this is what we want to see. So then if you look at a bullish SMT, right? So a bullish SMT, right? So now let's not make any mistake. We have gold doing a lower low and AUD USD doing a what? Higher low. So that's your SMT. That's the crack in correlation, right? You want to have a crack in correlation. So you want to have a crack in correlation, right? To understand that the market has been accumulating institutionally, right? So cracking correlation is equivalent to institutional accumulation. A cracking correlation is equivalent to institutional accumulation, right? So how could you use this, right? That's the question. How could you use this? Here's how. If we take into consideration an example, a full price action example, right? You could maybe look at something like this. You have a high, a higher high, and then price starts to break down, right? So now, if price is starting to break down, okay, if price is starting to break down, breaking this over here is your break-in market structure. Now, in order to fully acknowledge and in order to fully understand that, okay, order flow is bearish, you want to see SMT on the highs. Okay, let's say that you are trading gold, you want to see SMT on the highs with what? AUD USD, for example. So SMT with AUD USD, where AUD USD, right? AUD USD is making a lower high and has started to break down as well, right? So AUD USD is making a lower high and it has started to break down as well. Now, combining this with the previous video, the first video on institutional market structure, we understand that your next move the move in which you want to be taking part in is this one. So you're going to sell over here. This here is your low risk sell, right? Making it a high probability sell as well. So this over here is your high probability, low risk sell. Pardon the handwriting. All right, so it's going to be a high probability, low risk sell. Okay, now it's the opposite for what? A bullish scenario. So the point to take home from this video or from institutional accumulation, smart my technique or tool, or simply SMT, the point to take home is every time you see a break in market structure, right? Every time you see a break in market structure, you want to look at your intermarket analysis, right? Look at your intermarket analysis and see if there is SMT supporting the break. Okay. If SMT is supporting the break, then you are correct in your directional bias. Okay. If you do have SMT supporting the break in market structure, you are 100% correct in your directional bias. Now, obviously, there are going to be times in which you are wrong. There might be SMT and you're still wrong. Now, that is when there's an opposing SMT on the higher time frame. Okay, and that I'm not going to cover on YouTube. Okay, so with that, guys, I hope you found this useful, right? I hope you found this useful. And just to drive home the point, right? You have market structure, institutional market structure. You have a break in market structure, and if the break in market structure is supported by an SMT, then you have either a high probability sell or a high probability buy from the third institutional swing point, as I mentioned in the previous video. Okay, so that, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you at least got something from this. And again, if you did know this and you didn't need to be told about this again, feel free to ignore this video. But if this helped you in any way, like, comment, and subscribe. Right. So yeah, with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. It's gonna get even more interesting. Right. So see you. Bye bye.